Alright, so check this out, man. This is a story about counter-espionage, counter-terrorism, counter-intelligence. I'm on this fucking rooftop, right? And I make a telephone call to somebody who I used to know. And I'm like, hey, I'm trying to get a hold of this person, but you know what? That person I'm trying to call doesn't answer the phone. Instead, somebody else answers the telephone. It's just somebody that just picks up the phone. And it's this dude who I used to know, and he starts running his fucking mouth. And and this is what he's doing. He's like talking insanely fucking stupid to me. And he's like, hey Rob, yeah, you know how you called me a snitch? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And I'm like, are you talking to me, dude? And he's like, yeah, you know how on the internet you called me out and you made this video about me being a snitch? And I'm like, no, not exactly, but what are you talking about, man? And the dude just starts talking, and he's going on, and he's drunk, right? And he's drunk, and he's running his mouth, and he's just talking and talking and talking. Now I'm from the West Coast, so this motherfucker's just running his mouth. He's just talking at 1,000,000 fucking miles per minute. And I'm like, all right, man, are you done? Are you gonna let me say something? And he's talking over me, man. He just wants to talk over me. And I let the dude know, I'm like, look, man, there's about 10 years between us, okay? First of all, I'm older than you, and secondly, you know, I'm in a position such that, you know, I have a real job and a real career, and man, I went to college and you didn't, and man, you know, I really don't need to listen to you, dude. I'll just hang up on you, never talk to you again, and if we need to handle some shit, man, for real, I'll come and knock on your door, man, and we could talk like men, you know what I'm saying? I'll parachute into your fucking stupid ass city. I'll parachute into your fucking stupid ass city, right? So this dude's running his fucking mouth. He's just running his gums. And I'm like, are you done? Are you going to shut up? Now that you said your little piece, am I supposed to? Do you think I'm... Hey, 10 years have gone by, okay? You're not college educated. You don't have a real job. You're just a dude. You're just a dude that's just running your mouth. And do you think I'm going to sit on the phone and just listen to you? So after I listened to all of his fucking inebriated fucking just drama, just some jabberwocky, some jibber jabber, okay? Dude's going on and on and on and on and on and on and on. I'm like, man, shut the fuck up, man. Are you done? Am I going to be able to say something in this one-way conversation? Because, dude, if you're not going to let me talk, then it's just your side of the story. I mean, you know what kind of shit is that? Because he wants me to understand what he's talking about. He wants for me to listen to him and to have some kind of... He's like, man, I used to be cool with you, man. I grew up with you and all this shit, man. Blah, 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 blah. And he's just running his mouth. And I'm like, oh, for real? Are you going to shut the fuck up, man, so that I can say something? So, in his insane, drunken, fucking running his mouth, stupid fucking state of mind... He pauses for one brief moment after he talks for about 3 minutes. And he's like, yeah, well, what's up? So I'm like, first of all, dude, if we're going to have a conversation, you're going to need to shut your stupid fucking mouth after you've talked and after you've said your stupid fucking lies. And you're going to have to listen to me. If you don't listen to me, if you don't listen to my side of the story after you've just been talking and you're drunk and you're talking. If you don't listen to me, then you're just a talker, dude. And you're just talking about shit. And it sounds like you're trying to cover something up, man. It sounds like you're trying to cover up some shit. You know what I mean? Because it's a one-sided conversation. And you're not letting me say anything. So then he's like, yeah, well, what's up? So I explained to him, I said, look, man, here's the deal. I know somebody who told me that you're an informant for the fucking police. And as far as I'm concerned, despite all of your talking that you've done on the phone, I believe that you tried to set me up in the year 2002. And here's why. The person who told me this information about you, this person, yeah, has a tendency to make up some shit. The person who told me that you're a fucking snitch, that you're an informant, you're right. You're 100% correct. This person does have a tendency to just say some shit that's sideways, that's just made up, that's just fabricated, and just conjured. So he's like, okay. And I'm like, but here's the deal. That person actually told me something that turned out to be true at some point. And also, there are a lot of holes in your story, which your story that you've been trying to tell your fucking so-called friends around you, the shit that you've been trying to tell people, there are holes in your story. And here's the holes in the dude's story. The holes in his story are this. He tries to tell me, man, that in 2002, he wanted me to go and meet somebody and fucking sell him some crack, right? Fuck you, dude. Straight up. If you're listening to this, man, fuck you and your whole fucking network, man. You're a lying punk. You know what I would like to do? I'd like to take you and I'd like to hook you up to biometrics. I'd like to hook you up to some military intelligence grade biometrics that we use to find out the truth about terrorists who are lying about their activities. Because here's the deal, man. You tell me that the guy who I was supposed to meet and sell crack to was one of your fucking family members, right? But in 2002, the guy who you wanted me to meet and sell crack to, it wasn't a family member. Nope, it sure was not. It was a white dude. It was a Caucasian man. He was white. He was not Filipino. He had no Asian American background. He had no Asian background. He was a white guy. But you know what? All of a sudden, you're fucking telling all these people this story and you're running your stupid fucking mouth, man. And you're fucking talking all this shit and you're hanging out with all these different people and you're talking shit about me and you've got this bitch in the background running her stupid fucking mouth too. Here's the deal, dude. You didn't graduate from college. You don't have a college education. As far as I know, you didn't even finish fucking high school. And you're fucking trying to play games, dude, with somebody who's fucking highly sophisticated, highly educated, and I've worked for the U.S. government, and I've worked in the U.S. intelligence community, and you're telling a lie. You're fucking fibbing. You're pretending. You're just a kid, dude. You're telling fucking stories. I wasn't supposed to meet with the Filipino dude. You stupid fucking monkey. You stupid chimpanzee. You stupid fucking joke. You tried to hook me up with the white dude, and I met the white dude, and the white dude wanted me to do business with him on your behalf, and he was not Filipino, and I can go back into the fucking records, and I can look at the cell phone, and I can trace his fucking telephone number to Bellevue, Washington. It was not your relative, it was not a Filipino, and it was a white dude. But the story that you were telling on the phone tonight, when you were talking loud and you were running your mouth in the background to cover up for your fucking informant activities where you tried to set your friend up. Who's me? Who was me? Who was your friend? I was your friend up until you tried to fucking send me to prison for your drug activities, of which you were busted and of which you went to fucking prison. Yeah. You tried to hook me up with the white dude, okay? And you said that he owned an auto detailing shop in Bellevue, Washington. But now, 10 years later, all of a sudden, your story changes. And you want to tell everybody on planet Earth on the phone that I'm tripping and that it was really your relative. And you're like, dog, I was your homie. I was your homie. I was your partner. I had respect for you, man. Rob, you're tripping. Dude, you're just talking, man. You're talking. You're talking, and you're a fucking liar. Let me hook you up to biometrics, dude. Let me hook you up to a lie detector test that you're not going to see on Judge Judy and fucking Joe Brown in these television shows. Let me hook you up to biometrics. Let's sign a fucking, let's sign a contract with the devil. How about that, you little bitch? Sign a contract with God and the devil. If you lie, you die. If you tell a lie, you die. If you tell a lie, you go to hell for eternity, and you never get out of hell. You go to purgatory, hell, Hades, whatever you want to call it. Everything that you used to know doesn't exist anymore, and you live in a dimension in which you're never going to fucking get out. You're a lying-ass punk, dude. You never hooked me up with some Filipino dude, and you want to fucking convince the world that that's what you did? You're a fucking snitch, dude. You tried to set me up with this dude who was task force. He was a white dude, he was Caucasian, he was not Filipino, and he was not your relative. Keep telling your story. Keep having these bitches in the background say, fuck Rob, Rob's a punk, let's call the cops, let's set Rob up, let's say that Rob's harassing us. Bitch, you're harassing the world by being a stupid bitch and defaming my character. I looked out for your man, and I made sure your man, bitch, never went to jail, never got his ass beat, never got shot by any of his rivals that wanted to fucking shoot him. Yeah, there were people who wanted to shoot your man. Guess what? I was there to protect him. Bitch, your man wouldn't fucking be here today if it weren't for me. I had his back. I had his security detail. I looked after him. And bitch, you're fucking stupid talking crazy to me. I never fucking ratted on you motherfucking jokes, okay? And the people that you're rolling with right now, they're the snitches. You stupid bitch.